For more on both GM and Secretary Geithner in China, we're joined here once again by Marcus Mabry, International Business Editor of the New York Times. Welcome back, Marcus.
Good to be here.
So we have General Motors. This is, to many Americans, just a psychological blow to see them go into bankruptcy. Does it mean the same for the rest of the world?
You know, I don't think it does, Martin. I think to many Americans, and certainly to certain generations of Americans, this means a great deal. This was once the largest car company in the world. It was not just the embodiment of a certain American dream about the open road and freedom, things that are very dear to the heart of Americans, but it was also a symbol of great American industrial might, manufacturing power. That is no longer the case. So I think the rest of the world feels this day a lot less dramatically than most Americans do. But what it says about the place of America and American manufacturing on the global economic scene is terribly important.
Well, another symbol of that shift is the Secretary of the Treasury in China. He's gone there this time not to lecture, but instead to listen. And there just seems to be a connection between these two big events.
Well, you know, it means a lot because Secretary Geithner, the United States right now greatly chastened economic power after our own financial crisis, which kind of sowed seeds of disruption throughout the global economy. Today is a chastened nation, and Geithner is there to reassure the Chinese that the $1 to $2 trillion that they hold of American government debt is in good hands, that despite the spending that the administration is doing currently to try to spend its way out of the recession, those Chinese dollars over the long term are still going to be safe. And that's an amazing position for the United States, once the world's greatest creditor nation, to have.
Let's talk about Europe and GM. GM is rather selling off a portion of Opel there, its subsidiary. What's the status of the European auto industry?
Well, it's interesting. The European labor officials have this saying that in the United States you spend billions of dollars so that auto companies can lay off workers and close down factories, whereas in Europe they spend billions of dollars to keep factories open so auto companies can keep employing European workers. The danger in Europe is right now, yes, it's true, they're not going to see the same job cuts that we're seeing here in the U.S. and we will see with the General Motors restructuring. But over the long term, Europe has probably an overcapacity right now of autos. So at some point, Europe will go through a very painful restructuring, much like the Americans are, where you will have fewer auto workers than you do today. It's almost inevitable.
Only about 30 seconds left. We talked about GM going into bankruptcy, reversal of fortune. Fiat, there's another reversal.
It's hard to imagine, but, you know, a few short years from now, you can have many Americans very happy to go out and buy their Fiat, which would have once been a Chrysler. But it's a company that we certainly would not have expected to see on American roads anytime soon, but they're going to be all over Europe and all over North America, probably in 5 years.
Marcus Mabry, thank you very much, as always.
Thank you.